Awesome music is exhilarating. It's like going through a tunnel of the unknown. It's like going on a roller coaster that is so wellly designed, perfectly constructed, rigid, solid, but it also leaves room to be frightened at the same time. Um, Great music. It's liberty in a soundbite or several hours. Like great music, like great music, like Parliament Funkadelic, or a James Brown song, Get On Up, or Sex Machine. That is great music because it leaves you with enough room to identify yourself in the realm of that song. Good music is just freedom of self expression and finding yourself trapped, encapsulated in trying to transcend normal life and understand where the artist was coming from. Bad music is forgettable. You won't remember bad music in a month's time. That's how bad it is. Today's music is so fucking bad. I mean, it's so bad. Like, that's why artists like fucking Cardi B, Kodak Black, Offset, Migos, do groups like Migos, or artists like Little Pump, Little Xan, the list goes on and on. They all make bad music. But the thing about their bad music is lyrically, there's no fucking lyrics. It's just a repeat. It's like a loop. It's a fucking loop. And it's like so fucking syncopated. It's like there's no fucking lyrical content. Take, for instance, a Little Pump song, Drug Addicts. I totally regret buying that record as a ringtone or whatever. Because if you listen to that song, there's no structure lyrically. Um, there's no structure lyrically, but I'm not talking about in general rappers of today. I'm talking about in general, I'm encapsulating everybody that does music in this so called bubble of a world of today's music. But don't get me wrong, there's some artists like um, Joey Lewis, uh, Jacob Culliner, um, groups like Snarky Puppy, freaking Frank Zappa, but Frank Zappa died already. I mean, I like artists that actually push the limits. But with that being said, the reason that these rappers or these so-called musicians drop albums every once in a while, no, every couple of months, it seems, because it's based off their contract. So they have to fulfill a certain amount of albums. I mean, that's why they push for you to actually go out and listen to their new shit, even though it's crap. With that being said, most of these musicians, aka rappers nowadays, are fucking broke as a motherfucker. Most of the money that they're getting is from the record company. So most of the time when you see artists with fucking chains or fucking cars or all these so-called industry staples, is because the record industry knows that they have to cater to a certain mindset of audience to make that artist seem likable, and all this good shit. And all that's good shit because honestly, rappers nowadays. That's why a lot of that's why a lot of musicians today, if you have to break down the numbers, they're not making as much money as they glorify that they are because one, they have to pay off their advance. It's not just free money. So, well, let's say you sign a contract to, let's say, one of the biggest labels. Basically, they'll give you an advance. Let's say they give you an advance of $2 million, right? Okay, it's not free money. It's like, take for instance, when you go to the bank and you request, a loan. It's the same concept, but a different category. Because a lot of people think, oh, they're flossing. No, the record company is paying, but they have to pay back. So most of the time, when the artist gets dropped from the label, the artist is fucking broke. That's why you see a lot of artists of today's generation fucking touring like a motherfucker. Because they know that if they don't tour, they're not making any money. And most of the time, when before they even drop an album, they're not able to be as creative as they want to. Take for instance Solange. Solange is fucking creative as a motherfucker. The reason that these artists are not able to be creative is because these labels want to see profit. So they're looking for the next big sound. So for me, that's why I do free music. I do free music on the basis that I don't want nobody fucking hounding me, telling me, or confining my creativity. I want to own my masters, my master recording. I want to own the creative rights. I want to own my publishing. I want to own everything that I created. I want to own. I want to be like James Brown. A lot of people might laugh at James Brown. Not a lot of people. A lot of people look up to James Brown or Ray Charles. I want to be like them. They own everything that they do. They own it. And it's already set in stone that they own it. So Ray Charles owned his master recordings. James Brown owned his master recordings. Frank Zappa owned his own recordings. Owned his own master recordings. So, I mean, I do music. I fucking love rapping. I mean, I love rap to the fullest extent of the world. But I refuse to have anybody pay for my music, art, or anything I venture out to make. Because I think art should be completely without no boundaries. If it's really great art, it should be available for everybody, free of charge. Because if you truly love what you do, then you have no problem not profiting from your artistic ventures. So that's why I refuse, and I will always, to the day that I fucking die, refuse to put my art on the fucking market. Because I know I don't make awesome art, but every day I'm evolving to make fuck awesome art. I'm trying to make the golden compass of art. to the point that you can hear my music 10 years from now and be like, oh my gosh. So I do a lot of ventures. I have a lot of artistic endeavors that I'm actually partaking in. So right now I'm actually currently making t-shirts, not for anybody else. Fuck anybody else. I'm making it for myself. Fuck anybody else. I'm making my shirts for myself. I make my music for myself. I cater to what I like. What I would give the world is free art in regards to music, um, plays, but when I make my personal shit, it's for me, nobody else. I post it, hell yeah, I post it, show you guys what I'm doing. But what you guys get from me is free music. And I'll put my heart and soul into my fucking music because I love music. And I put my heart and soul into my plays because I think, for one, I hate being captivated. I hate being confined artistically, or I hate being confined. So that's one of the reasons as to why I would never fucking sign my name on a dotted line or take an advance from anybody. Because I feel awesome art or fucking amazing art should be for free. Bad art, because of people not reading their contracts and being locked into slavery, well, you gotta help them pay off their loan, because ultimately it's a loan. So, with that being said, I'll leave you with this. I hate you in the head like Lizzie Boy and Dear the Parent, because as a parent I hate you like a terminal illness, so I make you cease and exist in this very space and time by traveling back and killing your lifeline. You're a piece of shit and you deserve it. You don't deserve common courtesy. I treat you like common currency and throw you so you can see the next space odyssey. It's odd to me that you compare yourself to expensive jewelry when you're nothing but tomfoolery. I'll leave you with that.